A lot of it has to do with how Josh Allen has played and his ability to spread the ball around to a lot of guys we didn't expect to have such big seasons.
Mode right now. Like these last 3 games, 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, no turnovers, 0 sacks.
All right, let's dive straight into discussing the Buffalo Bills because, man, this team really showed us what they're made of. From the opening whistle to the final seconds, they came out and completely dominated the New York Jets. They didn't give the Jets a single chance to get back into the game. While I know the Jets aren't a top-tier football team this year, what I absolutely loved about this performance was the way the Bills' defense stepped up. Several key players returned from injury, and it made all the difference. The Bills are heading into the playoffs in a strong position, and if their defense continues to play like they did in this game, they will absolutely have a shot at beating anyone they face in the postseason. This is why I'm so high on this team. For the entire season, the offense has been solid, but especially in recent weeks, they've been firing on all cylinders. And now, with key defensive players back, this team looks even stronger. As long as they keep playing at this level, I genuinely believe the Bills are capable of winning any game they play, and I promise you, no team will want to face them in the playoffs. Before we get into why I have this belief, I want to say this. If you're a fan of the NFL, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming content for the rest of the season. Please show your support, guys. Now, let's get back on topic. This Bills team, as I mentioned earlier, is coming off a huge win against the New York Jets. The Jets didn't even manage to score until the 4th quarter, and that came only after Aaron Rodgers was benched. Like I said before, the Jets aren't a great team, but for the Bills to completely shut them down, this is impressive. What stood out to me the most, though, was how well the Bills were able to run their offense, particularly in the second half. This game was exactly what the Bills needed to build confidence heading into the playoffs. Momentum is huge going into the postseason. You want to be playing your best football, and you certainly don't want to be coming off a loss. Even though the Jets are a struggling team, this game gave the Bills a lot to build on, and I saw several things that made me even more confident in this squad. First and foremost, Josh Allen is having an outstanding season. Once again, he was fantastic against the Jets, racking up 3 total touchdowns while being efficient with the ball and making sure his playmakers were involved. The key with Josh Allen is when he's playing like this, avoiding turnovers, being efficient, and getting the ball to his playmakers. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, no question about it. While the debate about the best QB in the NFL will always exist, there's no denying that Josh Allen is a top 3 quarterback. And no matter the situation, Josh Allen gives his team a chance to win. He's proven time and time again that he can perform in clutch moments, which is exactly what you need in a quarterback, especially in the postseason. Josh Allen isn't just about putting up big numbers. He's about showing up when it matters most. And when you combine his leadership with the weapons around him, this offense is as dangerous as any. From the receivers to the running backs to the offensive line, the Bills have all the pieces in place for an unstoppable offense. This is why the Bills are currently one of the top teams in the NFL in terms of points per game. They consistently score 30 or more points every game, and when you're doing that, you're going to win most of your matchups. This high-scoring offense is a big reason why the Bills have locked up a 13-3 record and the 2nd seed in the playoffs. As for who they'll face, we're still waiting to see who secures the 7th seed in the playoffs, but regardless of who it is, it's unlikely they'll be able to beat the Bills. If the Bills' offense plays like they're capable of, they should be able to put up 30 or more points and come away with a comfortable win. This offense is firing on all cylinders right now. We saw just how deep this team's roster is in the win against the Jets, with almost every weapon on the team getting involved. From Amari Cooper to Matt Collins to Keon Coleman to Khalil Shakir, the Bills have a diverse and talented group of playmakers, and they've finally built the chemistry necessary to make the most out of all these weapons. Speaking of Amari Cooper, he had one of the best catches of the year against the Jets, leaping up to catch the ball over a defender and maintaining control as he came down with it. That's the Amari Cooper the Bills expected when they traded for him, and if he continues to play like this, he'll be a huge asset for the Bills in the playoffs. When you add Curtis Samuel back into the mix, along with Khalil Shakir, who's been solid all year, and Keon Coleman, who's really stepped up since his return from injury, the Bills' receiving corps is in great shape. Plus, you've got Deon Kincaid, one of the best receiving tight ends in the league. This offense has weapons all over the field, and when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen who can fit the ball into tight windows, it's incredibly difficult for any secondary to keep up. The Bills' success on offense isn't just about passing the ball. They also have an effective rushing attack, which adds another layer to their offensive game plan. James Cook has proven to be the lead back, and he's everything the Bills hoped for when they drafted him. He's a great rusher and also a very reliable receiving threat out of the backfield. Alongside Cook, you've got Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, both of whom are great options when called upon. Together, this trio forms a well-rounded rushing attack that is difficult for defenses to slow down. Whether it's through the air or on the ground, the Bills have the ability to beat you in multiple ways, and that keeps defenses on their toes throughout the game. This defense, when healthy, is absolutely a top-tier unit. Despite a few rough games this season, the Bills are still ranked in the top 11 in the league for points allowed per game. That's impressive considering the injuries they've dealt with. With all their players back in the lineup, I believe this defense is a top 7 or top 8 group in the NFL. The defensive line has been particularly impressive, consistently getting after the quarterback and creating pressure. This has been key in forcing quarterbacks to make mistakes, which is why the Bills have been able to generate so many turnovers. When you combine a defense that's getting healthier with an offense that's nearly impossible to stop, the Buffalo Bills are a complete team. If their defense can continue to perform at a high level and the offense keeps putting up 30-plus points a game, this team is going to be tough to beat, and that's why I'm so high on the Bills this season. They have all the pieces in place. They just need to execute, and I'm confident they will. If you're as excited about the NFL as I am and want to keep up with all the latest news, game breakdowns, and analysis, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way, you won't miss any of the great content we'll be sharing for the rest of the season and beyond. Stay tuned, and let's ride this playoff run together.